What's going on, guys? It's the Bearded One back here with another beer review, and before we get started I want to make a disclaimer. My son is awake right now, so if you hear any background noise, he's over here eating some lunch, and all I have left in the fridge is beer for reviews, and I'm so desperate to drink a beer here on a Saturday in Alabama while I'm watching football. I'm just going to have to put up with the noise and put up with uploading a video with 18-month-old baby noises in the background. So for you people who have to have perfectly produced videos when you're watching, I apologize. I'm a father. I can't always make videos when I'd like to. We're just going to get right in. I don't have too much to say. Hopefully this is a shorter video. I'm trying to cut out going over 10 minutes, but I get long-winded and I like to talk and I like to spit information at people. I enjoy this stuff. So yeah, Kentucky Vanilla Cream Barrel Ale. It is a cream ale. They use, how did they say? They took a cold conditioned cream ale and then aged it in a freshly, how did they say it? A freshly decanted bourbon barrel. So that was the process. There's some cornflake in it. They use 2-row pale, Munich 10, Crystal 60, biscuit malt, and flaked maize. So there's that flaked corn, flaked maize, however you want to call it. I think it's 5.5% alcohol, 18 IBUs. That's kind of rare these days. Lexington's a little older of a brewery. I don't know how old. They've been around for a while, so they're still showing the IBUs. You don't see IBUs that much anymore these days. And then they only use Centennial hops. So, I mean, it's a cream ale anyways. If you have a basic knowledge of beer styles, you should know cream ales are going to be, if they show any predominant flavors, it'll be malt. You won't get a lot of hops, but getting more technical, if you get into this mash bill, you've got 1, 2, 3, you got 5 different types of malts, 4 barley, I would say, and then 1 corn, and then just 1 hop variety. So that just tells you right there, that mash bill, that it's going to be a malt forward beer. Cream ales are usually something you would enjoy on a hot summer day. I know it's just trendy to say on a hot summer day this beer is good, but really, cream ale, what I like to tell people who aren't really into craft beer, a cream ale is a good starter beer. It's kind of craft beer's answer to the American standard lager. It is a different style completely, so there's that. Don't confuse it with the American light lager, but it can be a great, tasty alternative to the American light lager. It's a year-round offering. I thought this would be something seasonal because I never really see the vanilla cream, but apparently it's a year-round offering. And the only other thing I have to say is it got the 2019 USA Beer Ratings Bronze Medal, whatever Beer Ratings Bronze Medal is. One thing to note about this is a barrel ale, by the way, aged in bourbon barrels. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this specific beer to somebody who doesn't know a lot about craft beer. But maybe if somebody likes bourbon, that's kind of getting into craft beer, I could see them maybe enjoying this. This is also my first time having this beer, so I don't really know what to expect. And like the style, I didn't expect a lot of heads, not a frothy head. As you can see, cream ale, again, that alternative to an American light lager. So it's not going to be frothy and thick. It's got some lively carbonation. The head's dissipating. It's just a very thin film over the beer. Yeah, so I'm getting that sweetness, that vanilla's kind of there. That's kind of the first thing that hits me. It's not a predominant vanilla. I think they did a nice job of blending everything, so in that regard, it's a little hard for me to kind of pick out everything just right off the bat. I'm going to have to sniff around for a minute and see what all I can detect. So I love this nose. That vanilla's there, and then just right behind that, kind of just holding its hand, is that barrel ale. Apologize for my son, he's reaching out to me. So that vanilla is there, and then you got the bourbon barrel, and then you've got all that malt behind that. No hop aroma. Yeah, no hop aroma. That Centennial is hidden very well. It was aged, so that Centennial, I think it was just there just to add just some bitterness, just to even out the beer, not really for aroma or anything else. That vanilla and the bourbon barrel is kind of giving off like a coffee flavor. I think it's more along the lines of caramel, though. Yeah, I'd have to say it's very caramel. This is a very heavy caramel beer. And again, we said there were 5 different malts in here. So definitely a malt forward beer on the nose. So the mouth feels really creamy. It's got a light body. As you can see, I didn't really cover the appearance. It's got it's got a bronze appearance here, and like a cream ale should be, it's got plenty of clarity in here. It's almost a dark gold when you put it up to the light. Yeah, it's more of a straight gold color, but then when you put it against this wood, it gives it more of a copper color. Definitely heavy on the caramel and the vanilla when you sip it. It's easy drinking beer, by the way. You got that bourbon barrel in there, just kind of married in with that caramel and that vanilla, just all that malt goodness in there. If you like a malt bomb, this is a malt bomb. If you like a malt bomb, this is for you. I mean, just way back there, I mean, just a tinge, man, it's just not even noticeable really, is that Centennial hops. Just an easy drinking beer, again, very malt forward, very low viscosity. It's very thin, light beer. Not the lightest I've ever tasted, but it's definitely a light beer. Easy drinking, again, I keep repeating that. This would be great watching football in the fall in the south or the north or the east, west, wherever you live. I love how the vanilla and the bourbon and the caramel just melts. I love malt bombs. You can't put enough malt in a beer, in my opinion. That's just my jam. I think I would prefer a little more carbonation in this beer, but overall, this is a great beer. Let me have one more sip and we'll get into, I'll just rate it after that. Yeah, fantastic beer. The only other beer I've had from them is their flagship Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. And that was fantastic. I put it on my beer of fame list on Untapped. This is going on the beer of fame list as well. I'm going to give it the same grade I give it the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. I'm just like a little more prickly, you know. It's world class to me, so it's 4.75 out of 5. A plus beer, A plus beer, however you want to look at it at that. Just again, when you're trying to distinguish between 4.75 and a 5, you're just nitpicking at this point, and preferably I would prefer just a little more carbonation. It's a little flat in that regards. Other than that, world-class beer, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale, great beer. This beer is great. Lexington Brewing Company is a company I can stand behind. I'm definitely going to be trying to review more of them in the future. Again, I apologize for my sweet baby boy who is in the living room babbling away watching football. I just had to have a beer today, so you're going to have to put up with it. Until next time, guys. Cheers.